George Strait has embodied the mystery man trope in country music for quite some time. His music is a testament to his stardom. Nobody knows anything about his private life, despite the fact that he has dominated the charts, built a kingdom, and broken records. Finally speaking, at 72 years of age, the king of country is about to shock his fans with what he has to say. From rumors of Hollywood deals to shocking career choices, Strait has spent years avoiding and never giving in to rumors. A fan-created saga, however, that has dragged on for decades has finally concluded. Also, let's just say no one anticipated that. Has George Strait finally spoken? Is that a sign of things to come for him? And if you think you know the truth, you're in for a huge surprise. Hero icon and king of country are just a few of the many titles bestowed upon George Strait. On the other hand, he has never let his guard down. No one has ever dared to pry into Strait's private life, and he has always preferred to keep it that way. Turn heads are something most country stars relish. Despite his immense fame, he avoided media attention by remaining silent on social media and giving few interviews. Since he has remained silent, his fans are left to speculate about his intentions to retire and his personal issues. The aura of mystique surrounding Strait has only intensified over the years because, in contrast to some artists who revel in self-promotion, he has allowed his music to do the talking. Being from Texas and leading a simple life contributes significantly to Strait's charisma. He passed up opportunities to star in movies or sing in Nashville in favor of a life of seclusion on a sprawling ranch in Texas. Thought to be among the best-selling country music artists alive, he has remained true to his image, the same cowboy. His smooth voice and Wrangler pants made him famous years ago. While some in the industry attempt to mimic Strait's success, his forthrightness is what truly sets him apart. Claims of covert altercations, recordings, or decisions that harmed George Strait's career have persisted for quite some time. One thing is certain, though, his focus has always been on the music, not on fame. George Strait has been a huge influence on country music despite his reserved personality. His record-breaking achievements have transformed the definition of success in ways that most artists can only imagine. George Strait is more than simply a country music legend. He is also a record-breaking superstar whose achievements have been difficult for other musicians to replicate. He now holds the record for most #1 songs by a country music artist with 60. His impact extends far beyond the music industry. With over 100 million records sold globally, he ranks among the all-time best-selling acts. Strait's debut single was released in 1981. However, it was Full Hearted Memory, his first No. 1 single, which came out in 1982. That launched his astounding career. Additionally, for over 30 years, he has been the only artist in music history to consistently have a top 10 hit. His longevity and reliability in the industry are demonstrated by this. The King of Country moniker is based on Strait's excessive award and honor baggage. He has won 3 CMA Entertainer of the Year awards, 1989, 1990, and 2013, and holds the record for most ACM wins. When it comes to live performances, Strait is just as popular as when he's recording in the studio. With a crowd of over 104,000 at AT&T Stadium, his final Cowboy Rides Away tour performance in 2014 shattered attendance record. It has surpassed all previous indoor concerts in North America in terms of attendance. Even after he retired from full-time playing, Strait continued to wow audiences with sold-out arena concerts and a Las Vegas residence. Although many musicians experience a decline in popularity with the passage of time, Strait's enduring popularity, despite his many stylistic shifts in the recording industry, is indicative of his immense impact. Fans have long pondered whether George Strait, who is famous for shattering country music records, ever considered making the move to Hollywood. Pure Country, 1992, in which he starred, became a cult classic among country music lovers and brought him widespread fame. Although Strait later admitted that he was uncomfortable being on camera, his authenticity made him a realistic lead. Although he was offered more movie parts, Strait never tried to become famous in Hollywood, Unlike artists who become actors, although he enjoyed working on pure country, he is primarily a singer and did not thrive in the film industry, as he has stated publicly. The question of what might have been remains a common one. Rumor has it that Strait was style films at one point. Even though he has never confirmed or denied the rumor, Strait is widely believed to have been approached about appearing on Yellowstone, a program that glamorizes and celebrates the cowboy culture that he represents. Leaving Hollywood was a choice she made, and Strait doesn't regret it. Strait has always preferred the peace and quiet of his Texas home to the chaos of Hollywood. For Strait, it was never about fame, but rather the music, the fans, and just being himself. More famous than George Strait's music career is his marriage to Norma, which has endured for over half a century. While many famous people's relationships crumble under the weight of publicity, George and Norma have remained a strong and private couple through thick and thin. They met and fell in love while attending high school in Pearsall, Texas. Unfortunately, they didn't always have it easy. Their brief split didn't change the fact that they were bound for each other. In 1971, they made a solemn vow to be together forever and fled to Mexico together. Never in his wildest dreams did Strait imagine that he would one day be crowned king of country. As his career took flight, Norma stood by his side, out of the limelight but quietly serving as his rock and anchor. The tragic death of their daughter Jennifer, who was 13 years old in a car accident in 1986, was the greatest test of their love. This tragic event had a profound effect on Strait, and she would avoid interviews for a long time as a means of privately coping with her grief. The couple's shared sorrow did not cause a rift between George and Norma. They became even closer as a result, drawing strength from one another and their families. The parents also established the Jennifer Strait Memorial Foundation as a lasting tribute to their daughter. In a subtle way, this foundation donates to organizations that help kids. Strait rarely discusses private matters in public, but he did say, "Norma was my rock through it all." Their ability to overcome such devastating loss is evidence of their strong relationship and bond. Even though Strait has never bought into the rumors that her marriage is in trouble, they have circulated for years. Norma, he has maintained throughout, was the driving force behind his success and happiness. She has been Strait's "the first girl I ever loved" for decades, but he still uses that term. He is incredibly faithful to her, and she has been by his side ever since he was unknown. This marriage is proof that true love, trust, and commitment can endure through any storm. While George Strait's songs have portrayed some of the most poignant love tales in U.S. history, his bond with Norma may have been the most uplifting. George Strait continues to captivate audiences at the age of 72 with his carefree demeanor and silky voice. Nevertheless, speculation regarding his well-being has persisted over the past few years. The reason behind his decision to cease full-time touring is unclear to fans. They wonder if it was due to health issues or a simple desire to relax. Rumors have circulated that Strait has suffered from vocal strain and back problems, common among performers who have been performing for a long time, although she has never publicly discussed any serious health issues. There have been whispers that he would prefer to relax and recuperate than put himself through the rigors of a year-round tour due to his selective performance schedule, which comprises one-off arena shows and a brief residency in Las Vegas. Individuals with ties to Strait have denied these claims. They claim he is healthy and happy, and that after years of traveling, all he needs is a little less stress in his life. He has maintained the same vivacity and Strait claims he is sick of being on a tireless Strait claims he is sick of being on a tireless tour bus and would rather perform whenever the mood strikes him. Strait appears to be in command of his career, his health, and everything else that pertains to ensuring he is in peak performance condition when he takes the stage, despite the fact that his admirers may be quite concerned about his well-being. George Strait's enormous success outside of music is one area where his fans are worried about his health, but he doesn't appear to be slowing down. With a job that lasts over 40 years ago, George Strait established a commercial empire that extends well beyond the realm of country music. He is one of the wealthiest individuals in the industry, with a net worth of over $300 million. Thanks to astute business decisions, record sales, and concert revenue, Strait has amassed a considerable fortune. Most of his wealth comes from his 60 #1 singles, which also generate income. His real estate holdings are substantial. One of his properties, a stunning San Antonio mansion listed for $7.05 million, is just one example. Strait is a multi-talented entrepreneur who has ventured into music, real estate, and more. Famous people and listeners to country music love his tequila brand, Código 1530. Despite his immense wealth, Strait has not yet left Texas. He would prefer to remain on his farms, tend to his cattle, and do nothing than jet off to Hollywood to live it up. To be sure, he has a penchant for kindness in addition to his penchant for money. Among his many charitable contributions, the substantial sum he donated to the Jennifer Strait Memorial Foundation, an organization he established in memory of his daughter to support children. Additionally, he donates to causes related to veterans, natural disasters, and medical research. Though he may not be the most showy spender, George Strait is able to live his life according to his own standards, donate to causes close to his heart, and still be a formidable force in the music and business industries thanks to his success. Aside from his success as a solo artist, George Strait has collaborated with numerous famous musicians on unreleased projects. Duets and unreleased or rejected projects by Strait have been the subject of much speculation over the years. Rumor has it that he had aspirations to collaborate with Merle Haggard on a song before Haggard's 2016 death, but their plans fell through. In addition, it is said that Beyoncé approached Strait about collaborating on a cross-genre project during her country-inspired Lemonade era, but he declined, opting to remain faithful to his country influence. Any true Strait fan must inevitably wonder how many more albums are stashed away somewhere in the archives. Some alliances never materialized, while others remained secret for a long time. While doing so, Strait secretly recorded a couple of Chris Stapleton songs, including Love's Gonna Make It All Right and You Don't Know What You're Missing. This fueled speculation that the two might be working on more music together. Some even go so far as to claim that Strait and Alan Jackson collaborated on an unreleased song. The two stars, however, have shared the stage numerous times. If there is a hidden room with recordings, Strait's fans might be in for a long wait, since he is very selective about the music he releases. Meanwhile, country music artists can't stop fantasizing about what could have been and are holding out hope that Strait will drop some surprise song. Even though George Strait's Cowboy Rides Away tour was sure to be a huge deal when it was announced, nobody anticipated it would become as famous as it has. Farewell Tour, which spanned 47 cities over the course of 2 years, marked a fitting end to a legendary country music career. To show his gratitude to the fans who had stuck with him for the long haul, Strait personally selected each tour stop. At Arlington, Texas's AT&T Stadium, the final stop on the tour, over 104,000 people showed up, setting a new record. Indoor concerts in North America had never been bigger than that. Guests included Miranda Lambert, Alan Jackson, and Kenny Chesney, and the set list featured hits that defined their careers, such as Amarillo by Morning and The Cowboy Rides Away. It was a moving, once-in-a-lifetime event. It was soon revealed to the fans that Strait's farewell tour was just the beginning. He was still quite active on stage, even after he stopped performing regularly. Even after all these times, Strait's Straight to Vegas show continues to be a huge success. People still want Strait's music the most because he did a few stadium events, including a record-breaking run at Houston's Rodeo 2019. So the Cowboy Rides Away tour marked the conclusion of a chapter in Strait's career. It was far from... He was redefining his career according to his own standards. In 2012, George Strait shocked fans by announcing that he would be retiring from touring. Strait announced in 2014 that his Cowboy Rides Away tour would be his last full-fledged tour after dominating country music for over 40 years. A lot of people thought that was it for that period. However, Strait was quite clear about one thing. He wasn't leaving music completely. He was simply retiring from the exhausting cross-country tour. He aspired to devote more time to his loved ones, relax on his Texas ranch, and take on only the most captivating projects. However, the king of country hasn't finished yet, and a complete retirement is looking less and less likely. Upon returning from his tour, George Strait wasted no time in finding a new way to engage with his fans. His Straight to Vegas residency. Launched in 2016, it proved that he could sell out arenas without constantly traveling. Aside from that, he continues to pack his schedule with one-night-only stadium shows, such as his 2019 record-setting rodeo performance in Houston, and his more recent headlining appearances in major cities. Honky Tonk Time Machine, a new album by Strait released in 2019, demonstrates that he is still enthusiastic about music. His fans were worried that he might quit recording altogether, but he has assured them that new music will be released at the appropriate moment. Is this George Strait's second farewell? Not at all. He may never again embark on a lengthy tour, but that doesn't stop him from making music, playing occasional shows, and preserving his fame any way he sees fit. Strait is free to do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, whenever he wants. Unlike the majority of artists who eventually fade from the spotlight, this one keeps going. George Strait's impact on country music continues to grow despite his reduced touring schedule. Fans are left to ponder his lasting impact in the future. George Strait's legacy in country music is growing stronger. Few artists will ever be able to match his 40-year career. 60 #1 hits and 100 million record sales. Younger musicians look up to Strait as an integral part of the tradition of traditional country music. His timeless sound has inspired newer artists like Parker McCollum, Cody Johnson, and Chris Stapleton. Even though country music is starting to incorporate more pop, Strait's music is still tops. Even today, his most famous songs continue to dominate playlists and music streaming services. His music has endured because he doesn't care about passing fads, and it continues to demonstrate the impact of authentic country tales. While Strait may not be touring as frequently as he once was, he still manages to delight fans at stadium shows and even has a residency in Sin City called Straight to Vegas. The arenas and stadiums continue to fill up with eager fans, eager to witness his live performances, and there will likely be additional private concerts along these lines in the future. His 2019 album, Honky Tonk Time Machine, was a smashing success, so his fans are eagerly anticipating new music from him. Additionally, fans are quite excited about the possibility of seeing him in a film or documentary that delves even further into his life and career. Whatever the case may be, George Strait will go down in country music lore as a giant. I'm done. The official word from our nation's ruler. George Strait informed everyone that the reports were true. What are your thoughts on this? Leave a comment with your ideas. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and enable alerts if you enjoyed this film and would like to see more captivating country tales like this one. George Strait is just one of many famous country singers. To find out more about them, click on the following movie.